शाहिनाग्रस्तः कृष्ण कृष्ण महानयं सर्पो मां ग्रसते तात प्रपन्नं परिमोचय. Translation: In the clutches of the snake, Nanda Maharaj cried out, Krishna, Krishna, my dear boy, this huge serpent is swallowing me. Please save me. I am surrendered to you. What a beautiful prayer. Krishna, Krishna, Mahanayam. Sarpo mam grasate tata. Prapannam parimochaya. Very beautiful verse. So, verse number 6, Sanatan Goswami says that when Nanda Maharaj said, Krishna, Krishna, what is he trying to convey to Krishna? Sanatan Goswami says, Krishna, Nanda Maharaj is telling Krishna that, my dear Krishna, I am not afraid of death. So we should not think that Nanda Maharaj is just calling out to save his life. No, a pure devotee is not afraid of death. So Nanda Maharaj is saying, I am not afraid of death, but my dear Krishna, I am afraid of separation from you. If I am killed, I will no longer be able to see your beautiful face. I will no longer be able to see your beautiful pastimes. So I am not afraid of death, Krishna, but I am afraid of separation from you. Therefore, he's calling out Krishna, Krishna twice. And Sanatan Goswami says, therefore, we must understand that when Nanda Maharaj is calling out twice, Krishna, Krishna, it is out of affection for Krishna, more than a call for self-protection. It is out of affection. And then Sanatan Goswami says something very amazing. He says the word parimochaya is used here, which means Nanda Maharaj is not just calling out to Krishna to save himself, but parimochaya means even the snake who is wrapped around Nanda Maharaj, who is near Nanda Maharaj, he should also be saved. So Nanda Maharaj understood that this snake must be liberated from its abominable, condemned snake body. And therefore, Nanda Maharaj, by calling out Krishna, Krishna, is praying to Krishna that Krishna, please save this snake from this curse, from this snake body, and make everything auspicious for the snake. And Parimochaya, Sanatan Goswami explains, also indicates here that Nanda Maharaj is telling Krishna, please don't kill this snake. Because normally, when Krishna has to save his devotees, like when Gajendra had to be saved from the grips of the crocodile Huhu, what did Krishna do? He killed Huhu. When Krishna had to save his friends from the mouth of Aghasur, what did Krishna do? He killed Aghasur. So Nanda Maharaj is saying that don't kill this snake. Don't injure it. Parimochaya means don't cause any injury to anyone. Don't let me get injured. Don't let the snake get injured. Don't let other Brajvasis get injured. Please make everything very auspicious for all of us. Parimochaya. Sanatan Goswami is saying. That's what Nanda Maharaj is saying. See the compassionate heart of Nanda Maharaj. He is not praying for himself, he is praying for the snake. Please make everything auspicious for this snake. And Vishwanath Chakra Thakur is saying that how did Nanda Maharaj call out to Krishna? It is because Nanda Maharaj remembered the words of his Guru Maharaj, Garga Muni. When Garga Muni had come to do the Nama Samskar of Krishna and Balram, at that time in the cowshed, Garga Muni had told Nanda Maharaj that this son, Krishna, he will save you and he will save the whole of Vrindavan from all calamities. So whenever you are in calamity, you call out Krishna's name. So Nanda Maharaj remembered that those words of his Gurudev, Garga Muni, and he's calling out. So here we have to learn a very important thing, my dear friends. In our greatest difficulty, when we are in the greatest difficult situation of our life, my dear friends, we must try to remember the instructions of our spiritual master. Therefore, it is essential that every single day we hear Prabhupada's lectures. We hear lectures of our Gurugan. Not a single day should pass when we do not hear Guru Vani, when we do not hear Harikatha from our Guru Varga. Not a single day should pass. Every day we must bathe our consciousness. Just like in the morning when we take shower, we turn the shower on and we are standing under the shower. And the water is coming and we are chanting Gange, Chaimune, Chaiva, Godavari, Saraswati, Narmade, Sindhu, Kaveri, Jalasmin, Sannidhi, Guru, or we are chanting Hare Krishna, or we are chanting Om Apavitra, Pavitrova. So we chant all these auspicious mantras during bath to purify ourselves. And the water is flowing over our entire body, cleansing us of all the dirt and sweat. So similarly, we have our gross body and we have our subtle body. The subtle body is made up of consciousness. So see, there are three bodies. There is the gross body, which is this body made of flesh, skin, blood. There is the subtle body, which is made up of consciousness, consisting of the mind, intelligence, and false ego. And there is a third body, which is our real self, the spiritual soul, which is Satchidananda, which is part of Krishna. Mame Vamsho. We are Amsha of Krishna. Mame Vamsho Jiva Loka, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Jivera Swarup hai Krishna Ranityadas. That is the soul. But there are three bodies. So our gross body, we are bathing with water and soap. But our subtle body, we should bathe with the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When we sit in japa, that should be our meditation. Just like we cleanse our body with soap and water, let me cleanse my subtle body, my consciousness. Let me bathe my consciousness with the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So as we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. We can imagine that our subtle body and our soul is being bathed by the vibrations of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is the meaning of Cheto Darpana Marjanam. So we should bathe our consciousness with the Hare Krishna Mahamantra for at least 2 hours every day. Not that in 1.5 hours we finish 16 rounds and then get up. No. There are Prabhupada's lectures, there are Prabhupada's letters. It is in Vedabase you can search. Prabhupada says we should chant at least for 2 hours every day. Otherwise, what happens? Initially, 16 rounds take 2 hours. But then Prabhupada writes in one letter that as we keep chanting, our speed increases. So then we reach a point where in 1 hour 35 minutes, 1 hour 40 minutes, 16 rounds are done. So are we going to chant for 20 minutes less? When we were new devotee, we were chanting for 2 hours. And now we are chanting for 1 hour 40 minutes. No, that is very wrong. We should continue chanting for 2 hours. So we can chant 18, 19, 20 rounds in 2 hours. What is the problem? So 2 hours we should have in our day where we don't look at the phone, we don't look at the computer, we don't read any books, we don't speak to anybody. We just sit in one place and we chant. Chant for 2 hours. And therefore for 30 minutes we must exercise every day so that we can sit for 2 hours like this and chant. Otherwise we get back pain. Oh Prabhu, I cannot sit in japa because my back hurts. So do Bhujangasana. Walk 30 minutes every day while listening to Hari Katha. Every day we should exercise for 30 minutes while hearing Hari Katha so that our body becomes fit. Everyone should exercise for at least 30 minutes. This I have heard from great souls, pure devotees. They are telling us we must exercise. We must take care of our body. Why? So that we can sit for 2 hours and chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra without any bodily discomfort. We should keep our body fit. We should not overeat. We should not put on unnecessarily weight, because all these things will prevent us from using our body for Hari Bhajan. So just like we bathe our consciousness with the holy name, we must nourish our consciousness every day with Hari Katha, the words of Guru Maharaj. Because in our difficult times, we will hear and remember the instructions of Sri Guru. There is another very, very beautiful story mentioned in Srila Vyasadeva's Mahabharata. Not many people know this, but Srimati Draupadi Devi, who was her guru? The spiritual master of Srimati Draupadi Devi was Vasishtha Muni. The same guru who was the guru of Lord Ramachandra in Treta Yuga. In Dwapar Yuga, Vasishtha Muni became the guru of Srimati Draupadi Devi. And Mahabharata explains that Vasishtha Muni told Draupadi Devi once, my dear daughter, when you face a great calamity in your life, you please remember Krishna. Because Krishna is the only one who can save us. There is no other shelter. And Draupadi Devi remembered these words, these instructions of Vasishtha Muni in the Kuru Sabha when Dushasana was trying to disrobe her. Remembering the words of her guru, she prayed, Govinda Dwarkavasin, Krishna Gopi Janapriya, Kauravair Paribhutanmam, Kim na janasi Keshava. Krishna Krishna Mahayogin, Vishwatman Vishwabhavanam, Prapannam Pahi Govinda, Kuru Madhe Vashidati. He Nath, He Ramanath, Vrajanath Arti Nashanam, Kauravair paribhutan mam. Uddharasva Janardhana. So many names of Krishna she called out. Krishna, Govinda, Janardhan, Vrajanath, Gopinath. All these names she was calling out because she remembered the words of Guru. Therefore, my dear friends, we have to completely paint our consciousness with Guru Vani. I repeat, all of us must completely paint our consciousness with the words of Sri Guru. This is the most important lesson from this pastime. And this can happen by Shrunvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Ridantastohya Bhadrani Vidhunoti Suhrit Satam, by regularly hearing from Guru. In Kali Yuga, we are very less intelligent. Manda, Srimad Bhagavatam, we are referred to as Manda, foolish. Prayanalpayushya sabhya kalavasmin yuge janaha Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagya Upadruta. In the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, when Shaunak Adi Rishis are putting forward their questions to Suta Goswami, they are saying, please tell us what is the highest good for us, because in Kali Yuga, we are Prayena Alpayushya. Most of us are Alpayushya. We have a short life. We don't live for 100 years. Although Kali Yuga, we are supposed to live for 100 years. We don't live for 100 years. Alpayushya. Prayena Alpayushya Sabhya. Kala in Kali Yuga, Asmin Yuge Jana Manda. How are the people? How are the Jana in Kali Yuga? Manda. They are foolish. They are less intelligent. Our IQ is very low. We are less intelligent. Don't have good memory. Manda, Sumanda Matayo, and we don't have good advisors. Hare Krishna. So we are less intelligent, but at least we can get intelligent advice from good counselors, good advisors. But the problem is we don't have proper advisors, because who do we take advice from? Just from some friend, some colleague here and there. No, we should take advice from devotees who are Tattvadarshis. But unfortunately in Kali Yuga, most of you look around yourself, look in your office, look in the world around you. Who are the advisors of people? Who do they take counsel from? Just from some friend who will basically make them feel good and tell them what they want to hear. Think about this. We don't choose our advisors properly. We should choose our advisors who will give us the advice based on Krishna's teachings. The Tattvadarshi, Guru should be our advisor. But in Kali Yuga, just anybody can be advisor. We just ask some friend, phone a friend. Phone a friend. What is this phone a friend? You have to remember the words of Sri Guru. So Prayan Alpayusha Sabhya Kalavasmin Yuge Jana Manda Sumanda Matayo. Sumanda Matayo means we don't have good advisors. Manda Bhagya. They say na bad luck hi kharab hai. In Kali Yuga, we all have bad luck. So Manda Bhagya. What to do? Manda Bhagya. This corona epidemic has hit. We are planning nice retreat. We are planning nice yatra. We are planning nice sadhu sangha in North Carolina. And what happens? Manda Bhagya. Just bad luck. This coronavirus comes and everything gets cancelled. This is the nature of Kali Yuga. This never happens in the previous ages. You never hear in Satya Yuga that something got cancelled because of rain or something got cancelled because of some epidemic. Never we hear. So Manda Bhagya and Upadruta. And on top of that, we are unfortunate, but on top of that, Upadruta, we are always disturbed. There will be some terrorist attack. There will be some problem. Some hurricane will come. Some tornado will come. Some disturbance will be there always in Kali Yuga. So this is the condition in Kali Yuga. Therefore, my dear friends, we are very fortunate we have got a human form of life. Why should we waste it reading news, reading magazines, newspapers, sports, political news? Let's not fill our consciousness with all this information, because our mind's capacity to hold information is finite. It is limited. Why should we put CNN and Fox News in that? Why? That is not pure devotional service. Please. We should stay away from all this news and sports and other prajalpa and gossip. It is not required. If there is some essential news, we'll come to know. Think about it, how much news we hear and it is inconsequential. And every time the news comes, breaking news. They make it seem very important. You ought to know this. We don't need to know this. I have not read news in 4 years and have survived in this country. So we should not fill our brain, our mind with which president is saying what and which candidate is saying what and how they're, and this latest controversy, this has been found out, that this leak, that leak. Not required. Instead, let us memorize the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. Let us memorize the verses of Chaitanya Charitamrita and Bhagavad Gita. Let us read Shastra. Let us remember the words of our Guru Maharaj. So we must take it very seriously. Human form of life means only Harinam and Harikatha and Vaishnav Seva. That's it. We have to be very careful, my dear friends.